intention and know that we are God made manifest and that our life is a spiritual expression. So coming to church I think of as sort of like, oh, I went to the beach, a couple of weeks ago, sort of like putting your toe in the water. Coming to church is like that. You just sort of put your toe in the water as far as your spiritual life goes. And the truth of the matter is, you can just swim with the dolphins. Just swim in spirit. That's your choice. And it's a matter of living from a place of intention. It's a matter of allowing yourself to be aware that your life is a spiritual expression. And when you live intentionally, you come to a place where you wish that life is living you, and you want to express joy, and you want the Spirit to express joy through you, and you desire peace of mind and happiness, and just a blissful way of being. And the truth of the matter is, when you set your intention that way, it's your choice. You can allow Spirit to live through you, and you can allow your life to be an expression of joy, of peace, of harmony, of vitality and vigor and good health. You can just make that choice just by allowing yourself to live from that place of intention. And when you understand that, I've got some notes here that I'm reading today. You might know that it's not my habit. When the mind understands that you are a spiritual being and it embodies the essence, then that's which becomes visible. So the invisible essence of who you are becomes visible. And the ultimate reality may be experienced not through only religious practices, but through art, through an expression and appreciation of nature, through human relationships. That's all God. And that's all your spiritual expression. So coming to church is sort of just like putting your toe in the water, as I said. You come here, you get to meet people and be with people and share ideas and share this philosophy and these concepts. And then you get to go out and delve into the ocean of spirit, swim around in it, and allow that divine essence to express perfectly through you, to live a spiritual life, either in intention or being totally unconscious. And so when we talk about waking up, that's what we're talking about. We're waking up to the essence of who we are. We're waking up to the expression of spirit moving through us. And living from that place of intention. Living through that place of joy and peace. So, how do you do that? Well, for me, one of the most important and vital ways that I do it is through meditating every morning. Having an appointment with Spirit, having an appointment with that inner self, and allowing myself to become aware of the guidance and direction that comes through that quiet time with the divine. And when I do that, when I have that appointment and I keep that appointment regularly, then I find that my life begins to unfold so much more easily, so much more gracefully. And I begin to notice the serendipitous ways that Spirit pulls my life together and pulls my life forward. It is no accident that I'm standing right here. It's no accident that you all are here. We have been called together by that divine urging, that divine serendipitous pull to this place. And when I get to the place that I make Spirit central to my life, not just a little dip of my toe, but central to my life, then things start falling together with such grace and such ease. And I suspect that that's the truth for so many of you. We're all on the same path. We're all headed the same way. Whether we realize it or not, whether we want to be on that path or not, we're being called by the divine mind. We're being pulled forward by that idea. So Barbara Brown said this in her book, An Altar in the World. To make bread or love, to dig in the earth, to feed an animal or cook for a stranger, these activities require no extensive commentary, no lucid technology. All they require is someone willing to bend, reach, chop, and stir. Most of these tasks are so full of pleasure that there's no need to complicate things by calling them holy. And yet, these are the same activities that change lives, sometimes all at once, and sometimes more slowly. The way of dripping water changes a stone. In a world where faith is often construed as a way of thinking, bodily practices remind the willing that faith is a way of life. So as we go about our day, performing those tasks with an intention, they become holy acts of faith. That's the Buddha way. That's the way of the Tao. That's the way of Centers for Spiritual Living. So coming together and celebrating birthdays, coming together and greeting our friends and our community, that's the way of making things holy, whether we're aware of them or not. So I want to share with you just another reading by Mark Ninko, my guy Mark. I love him. And he's written this for Joel at age 94. So he says to Joel, they say that miners in South America strap small lamps across their chest, that this works better than the light coming from the center of your head. They say the head can be fooled, but the heart can't turn without the body. This makes me think of you, digging your way through your long life, lighting everything with your heart. It's a good way to live. And when we sit at the end of the day, our hearts illude the day and we see each other in the radiance. I can tell it reminds you of many circles you've been part of. It's a good way to measure time. To make our way on earth by the light coming from our heart. That is what you taught us. Is it a wonder that what you taught, what you touch, including us, glows? That's a good way to live, isn't it? To live in such a way that what you touch with your heart glows. And that's what living a life spiritually is all about. It's the intention of letting your heart touch life and set it aglow. And we have a choice. We can either live our spiritual life unconscious. We can live our spiritual life just moving through. Or we can live our life from our heart, allowing it, our hearts, to touch people, our heart to touch life, our heart to be the spiritual expression that we are designed and divined and birthed to do. And allowing our heart to create a glow around us. So I invite you this week, actually this month, to allow yourself to be a spiritual expression. Allow yourself to live a life that is from your heart, touching and glowing, embracing and loving everything you come in contact with. Living a holy life, a sacred divine. I love you all. Namaste. So I would invite the practitioners to join with me as we stand in prayer and hold this community in love. I'm reminding you that the practitioners are available to you for prayer, for spiritual support, to share joy as well as share issues. They're the arms of this community. So allow them to wrap their arms around you. Join with me. I am so grateful for the awareness that I am a spiritual being, that I am God. And while I acknowledge and recognize I am not all of God, I recognize that all I am is God, and that my life is holy. I am the sacred ground. And as I know that for myself, I know it for each one here. We are God expressed and expressing. We are the beloved. We are the loved and the loving. We're all of it. And I allow myself to be a fire, be a light with that sacred knowing. I allow myself to, on the deepest level, carry the wisdom of the ages to be the sacred, the divine. And in that place of knowing, in that deep-seated awareness, I permit myself to live my life. I allow myself to stand clear and bright, beyond judgment and beyond criticism, to know that I am the expression of the beloved one, the all-knowing, the great cosmic creator. And I allow myself to do my share, to carry the burden of that knowledge and that wisdom forward, and to be the heart glow of the divine. I speak my word now for those that are not with us because of maybe something that is out of harmony with the divine. Something that we call illness or unwellness or and absolutely recognizing and knowing that what I may call an illness is really an opportunity to be quiet and be still and allow the divine to come through without distraction, without confusion. And I call forth wisdom. So in this moment, I just celebrate all that is. No matter how I label it, no matter how I divide it, no matter how I separate it, I just give thanks for it, knowing fully that it is whole, it is God, it is the divine expression. And so in peace and joy, I just allow it to be. And I get myself out of the way so that spirit can glow through me, shine through me. And I invite you to own that with me as we declare it done, as we say, and so it is. Thank you.